Welcome to Enchanted Licks with Jens Larsen and Sean Daniel, where the only thing more enchanted than the licks are these weird skulls that have been following me around. So what could be more magical than having a super awesome celebrity guest, my man, the greatest jazz guitar player slash teacher of all time, Jens Larsen, who I'm throwing it to right now because he's going to hit you with some magic. Then I'll be back to do my own enchanted lick.
When I'm not sitting downstairs in my jazz guitar cave making complicated videos about complicated jazz guitar things, then I'm sitting in my living room and trying to invade Sean's channel with videos on enchanted and magical jazz guitar licks. So thank you to Sean for letting me be a part of this small collaboration. What I'm going to do is, of course, if you want to make a video on magic guitar licks, so really I don't believe in magic when it comes to guitar. I kind of believe in hard work, but at the same time, if you have to do the obvious choice and make something sound like magic, then it's probably going to be the whole tone scales or something like but that's a little bit boring, so I thought it would be more useful to just take an arpeggio that's kind of easy to play and that you're probably not using already, and then show you how that works on, in this case, 3 different chords. You can actually use it on a lot more different chords, but to keep the video a bit short, I'm just going to work with it on 3 different chords. Even though this is about magic, I really didn't think about this when I made it, but the arpeggio that we're going to be using is a Jesus4. The easiest way to play this is just to use the fact that you can sort of repeat things in octaves. So that would be like this. So we were just playing the G, and then the sus4 is a C, and then the 5th of G is a D. So we have this sort of L shape on the neck. And then we just repeat that up the neck in octaves, so that's like this. Another way to think about this arpeggio is to play it as a chord, and if you do that on the middle string sets, then the inversions would look like this. So G, C, D, and then we invert it, so it's going to be C, D, G, and then D, G, C. And if you look at this one, you might recognize that as an A minor 7 with an 11. So if we just play this part, that arpeggio is going to work really well over that chord. So actually it's going to work on pretty much any A minor chord that you want to play. So that's the first place you can use it. Another place you can use it, if we take a look at this one and then put an E flat in the bass, then what we have here is actually an E flat major 7. You could also play that like this. We have to, if we make a video on Sean's channel, we kind of need a major 7 chord in there because that's his favorite chord. But in this case, we're just going to give it a little bit more jazz flavor and add a 13 or a 6, like this. So that's an E flat major 7 with a 13. And if we play that, we can make a line like this. The last place that you can use this arpeggio is on an altered dominant. So in this case, for the G sus4, that kind of sits really well on this chord, which is a B7 altered. So you can also play that like this. And in that case, when you use it, you probably want to resolve it to the place where the B7, so the B7 altered is going to resolve, and that's an E major 7. So you have, and then that will give you a lick like this. This type of magic, where you take a simple small fragment or group of notes and use those as an arpeggio or as a chord, is something we do really a lot with jazz music, and that's something you can check out. You could actually do the same thing and then use the G sus triad as an upper structure on a chord, so you get an B7 that would be like this, and then you resolve that too. So there are all these things you can do by just taking sort of a small group of notes and then checking out what you can work with and what you can use it over, and see if you can fit it into that context. And it's just nice to have something like a sus triad because it's not so clear. If I was to play on an E flat major 7 and I play an E flat major triad, it's kind of obvious all the time, and having something that's a little bit more vague sounding, and the sus triads are really good for that. So try and explore those things, because there's actually a lot of magic to be had with those things. And then once again, thank you for letting me be a part of this video, Sean. And I'm curious what you come up with, what kind of magic you're going to work with.
All right, so now that Jens has hit you with that arpeggio magic, definitely click the link below to sub to his channel, because he's a beast. We're going to talk about how I view an enchanted sound, which is climbing up a scale forward and backwards and ending at a note. So let's say we're going to do something with the A major, and we want to get to this A, okay? Take the A major scale, it's going to sound like this. How magical is that? All it is taking the major scale on an A, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 6, 7. What we're gonna play 3 notes up the major scale. We're gonna go back 1 note, up 3 notes, back 1 note, up 3 notes, back 1 note, up 3 notes, back 1, and then end on that chord, okay? So I think there's something kind of really, I feel like this is in a lot of Disney movies in magical moments where they're kind of just like ascending up a scale, and then eventually you kind of get to where you want to go. Because what's more magical than making a plan and then just kind of, you know, going forward and backwards, twisting and turning, and then finally ending up where you want to do it, right? So again, this can happen on any major or minor chord. And you can kind of jump out of this whenever you want. So again, let's take that 3 note at a time thing. Right there. I just walked it up to the 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we just like count out the numbers of the scale instead of the notes, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. The 5, just as a chord, would lead you back to the 1. That 5 note can also lead you back to that chord. Kind of has the same effect. And you can do this with any minor chord too. The exact same thing. Let's say we're doing something in A minor, right? Here's the A minor scale. Or we could do it in open position. Same difference. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. I'm very impressed with myself that I was able to count like that on my first try. Basically, it's just about taking a scale and then just kind of going forward, back 1, over and over again. You know, really good practice just to kind of really solidify your understanding of scales in there. And then you can kind of lead that into any major or minor chord and then just let the magic happen from there. Another thing that you can do that will really help the enchantment part of this lick is on the 3rd note of every sequence that you do, maybe add an accent, a little dynamic, hit a little bit harder, and then shoot a wistful look off into the distance. So like... I found that helps a lot. So again, special shout out to my man Jens. Definitely check out his channel. Good stuff to be had. Any questions or comments you have, hit me up in the comment section, Instagram, Twitter, or the website. And until then, check you later.